Hi everyone, this is Katie Groves, and I'm making this video in case something happens to me as a result of something that's going on right now. Some of you have talked before about being able to hear buzzing sound in the background of my videos. If anyone's been able to hear it before, then I'm guessing you can hear it now. I don't know, but I can hear it really, really loud. There is a buzzing sound. So I had this experience this morning where I woke up out of a dream with a verbally abusive comment in my head on my YouTube feed that was not real. And I'm not saying I hallucinated anything. It was like I was coming out of the dream and this image was in my head and I was reading it. I had clicked the button to read more. Bits and pieces were coming into my conscious mind. And I started to wake up really suddenly in this way that felt unnatural. And this particular exact thing has been happening for a little while. Other images as well. But this time I got that this was not my own mind's doing. We've suspected for a long time that we have some kind of mind control tech in our brain that causes us to get certain images and adrenaline jolts, that we're not just being hit with directed energy weapons, but there is some kind of implant. And I know not everybody will believe us on this, but this is a real thing. They've had this technology for a long time, the people who programmed us in MK Ultra, and we've seen signs that we have this. But it really hit us today that this is real. And as we started to wake up from the image of this abusive YouTube comment, it was gaslighting and critical and all the things that bother us, that we get on a daily basis on here from largely from people in the mind control cult we grew up in. We started trying to fight the adrenaline jolt, and a part used what I'm guessing was some kind of programming technique to kind of put us back to sleep, a dissociative part of our system, because we got really kind of flooded with what felt like a drug. But I think it came from inside, from a part who was trying to help and just resist the mind control, the adrenaline jolt. And as soon as we did that, we started to feel the release from the chemical, and then suddenly there was this sound in our head, and it felt like it was coming from the center of our mind, of piano notes, these very rapid piano notes that went back and forth, and there might have been like 3 notes in there, and that definitely did not come from us. And I know that some people are going to think that we're schizophrenic, but we swear on our lives that we are not. We do not have any kind of psychosis. We have suffered from mild hallucinogenic persisting perception disorder, which we've talked about on this channel, and that was due to drugs we were given in MK Ultra of a psychedelic nature, but it in no way has caused us to experience things like this. This is something different, and I believe that it is mind control technology that I've been implanted with through MK Ultra. So when the piano notes thing happened, I tried to calm down the following even bigger adrenaline jolt, but it was too much, and I decided to wake up and tell my partner about it. At the same time, some dissociated parts of my system started connecting with each other and using deprogramming techniques to help each other become aware of the situation and start moving forward in resisting this technology. We've done all kinds of things in dissociated parts to resist this technology, but new parts became aware, parts that hadn't been aware before on deeper levels, and parts resolved to fight the tech and start acting logically and resisting subliminal commands from it. And normally we find ourselves frozen in bed when we have to use the bathroom a lot, especially in the morning when we first wake up. We can lie in bed frozen, unable to get up and pee for some time. This morning, parts of us chose to override that and get up anyway. And when they did, I don't think we had many problems. Parts were really, really just in a determined space. And then we started getting dressed, which is also something that we're not often able to do right away. We're often unable to subsequently dress ourselves to get warm in the mornings, and we stay cold for a while, which I think really aids in whatever mechanical programming we've been enduring. But we were able to override that and put on some warm clothes. We only got partway through getting dressed before our partner and I started having a very heartwarming but serious conversation about something. And we were able to override splitting and switching commands that would make it difficult for us to carry on an emotional conversation appropriately and properly. And we were able to actually have, a good conversation with our partner where we really said what we felt we needed to say, but also received them. And then, and this is what prompted me to make this video now, we realized, we'd noticed it a little bit before, but had suppressed the awareness, I guess, in parts, dissociative parts. But at this point, the parts that are speaking now, we became consciously aware that our heart was pounding in this way that was really, really frightening. We noticed that our heart was pounding shortly after the second adrenaline jolt with the piano notes, but this time we noticed that it was actually scary and at a level that was not okay, that we needed to be really concerned about. And we realized that we were gasping for air, and we started struggling to breathe, feeling like we were choking, and we heard this unbelievable ringing sound. We've never heard anything like it. We have struggled with hearing ringing sounds, and some were so overt and so focused in on one ear or the other, while the other ear's hearing would go out, or go out partially, that we felt that it was directed energy weapons. But we've never experienced anything like this. This is the type of ringing that it reminds me of things that David Schroeder has talked about. I'm going to put a link to one of David Schroeder's videos. He's an MK Ultra survivor who has struggled with directed energy weapons in very overt, very extreme ways. And we heard this unbelievable ringing, and we started struggling to breathe, and then the ringing kind of subsided, and I want to be clear that the ringing, it wasn't exactly reverberating as much as it was like a loud hum. But it's hard to describe. It's hard for me to even remember because I'm getting really dissociated right now. I'm starting to notice myself very gradually moving into out-of-body experience. So I'm going to fight to continue to talk, but I'm now looking at myself out of body in a very dissociated way. So I'm going to try to ground and center myself. I'm not sure it's possible, but I'm going to try. So, yeah, this ringing hum thing, it turned into less of an overt thing. So now there's a siren in the background, and that's a trigger for me. Less of an overt thing and more of this background buzzing sound, but still very loud. It's very hard to describe. I'm synesthetic, and so I want to say that the first sound, it was red and black and orange, and it was violent and angry, and the second sound is like this crackling yellow-blue thing, kind of reminds me of the background of this video. I myself have visual snow, but I don't know if you can see static in the background of this video. I think that the background of this video has static. I don't think that's just my visual snow. And it kind of reminds me of that, like what I can see in the background of this video with the static and the colors. It reminds me of the sound that I could hear after the first really loud one. So I was able to calm myself. As you can see, I'm very agitated, but I'm not suffocating. I'm not having a heart attack. I have never experienced anything quite like this with the targeting, but I absolutely, completely believe that this is from targeting. I will say that my teeth started chattering too when I had really bad reaction to this, and I started twitching. I tried to really contain the twitches, but the moment I said it, it started a little bit. I tried to really contain it. because I know that once I start twitching and allowing my nervous system to do that, sometimes I can't stop. It gets really bad and out of control. And so this time I decided to just force myself to center. Like sometimes it's really healthy for me to let myself twitch, but sometimes I have to force myself to center because it's the only way I'm going to be able to deep breathe and calm myself. So I just wanted to make this video, and I know that this is going to come out disjointed and fragmented. When I watch this over, I'm going to see that I was not very coherent, but I think that I will have actually made sense at least, and hopefully people will be able to grasp that the stuff I'm talking about is real. I am not insane, and I am fighting something very, very challenging to fight. So I just not really looking for advice right now, but if you are a MKUltra survivor, targeted individual, anything like that, and you have actually found things that help you with this stuff, I encourage you to reach out in the comments below and just tell me what's worked for you without giving any direct commands, telling me what to do, just keeping it focused on your own personal experience, speaking in I statements, and so on. I know that some of you have given us advice already, and we have taken some of it. We haven't been able to take all of it. A lot of it's due to financial reasons, so I ask that y'all keep that in mind too. We have very little financial resources, so you're welcome to tell us about things that have worked for you that cost money, and we will do what we can to acquire them if we feel the need. Yeah, we unfortunately aren't going to be able to do things that cost a lot. So if you have low cost or no cost solutions to things related to all this stuff, that would be awesome if you could share that with us. And also, to those who don't know, we don't accept donations, so please do not offer us any money or offer us any gifts in the mail. Based on what we've said just now, we're not asking for that. We don't accept that, and it's triggering for us to be offered that. Okay, that's all I've got for this video. I guess just the last thing I want to say is, I know this stuff is scary, and I'm really scared right now. Like I said, I'm making this for my safety in the event that something further happens to me.